He built a boat? Look at that penguin go! That's one determined builder. Whoa, steady there! The waves are picking up. What an adventure! Keep paddling, little guy.
In the frozen land of Antarctica, where endless sheets of ice stretch beyond the horizon, survival is not just a challenge, it is a constant battle. Temperatures fall far below freezing, icy winds cut through everything, and the dark ocean below hides predators that strike without warning. Among thousands of emperor penguins living together, there was one young penguin, smaller, less experienced, and completely dependent on the colony. One day, as the group moved across the frozen landscape, a silent crack formed beneath the ice. Within moments, the surface split apart and a large section broke away. The colony continued forward, but the young penguin drifted in the opposite direction. At first, it stood still, watching the others grow smaller in the distance, until they disappeared completely. Now alone, surrounded by endless ocean, the penguin faced a terrifying reality. The ice beneath its feet was melting, shrinking with every passing moment, and jumping into the freezing water meant almost certain death. But instead of panicking, the penguin did something unexpected, it observed. Nearby, small pieces of broken ice drifted with the current. Carefully, it began pushing them closer using its beak and body. At first, the waves pulled them apart, forcing the penguin to try again and again. Hours passed as it continued, learning with each attempt, slowly bringing the pieces together. Gradually, a small floating platform began to take shape. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough. The penguin climbed onto it, adjusting its balance as the waves lifted and lowered the fragile structure. For the first time, it was no longer directly exposed to the freezing water. Instead of fighting the ocean, the penguin allowed the current to guide it. The journey was slow and uncertain, stretching across endless water as the sky shifted from light to dark and back again. The penguin stayed calm, conserving energy, carefully adjusting the ice pieces whenever they began to drift apart. Then, far in the distance, something appeared, a larger, solid sheet of ice. As the current carried it closer, the gap between safety and danger slowly disappeared. The penguin stood still, waiting for the perfect moment. When the drifting platform came close enough, it made its move. With one powerful jump, it launched itself across the freezing gap. For a brief second, it hung in the air above the dark ocean, and then landed safely on solid ground. Behind it, the fragile structure broke apart and vanished beneath the waves. Without looking back, the penguin began walking toward a distant colony visible on the horizon. In a world ruled by instinct and survival, one small penguin proved something extraordinary. Sometimes, survival doesn't come from strength. Sometimes, it comes from thinking differently.